hello.
Hi.
Welcome to So You Think You're Iconic, and it's October 3rd. So happy October 3rd day.
Happy October 3rd day.
And also
Last episode of So You Think You're Iconic, because I'm quitting.
No, you're not. Shut up. I need to apologize to Kelley.
Yeah, I deserve that.
I'm telling
at least.
I'm just gonna make this statement now. We are not watching any of the other ones in this movie series. It's not happening. I'm so sorry.
No, it's not. We thought, haha, funny for the first one, and then we got to the second one and we're like, absolutely not.
Absolutely not. But
I demand financial compensation.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Kelley, how was your week?
It was pretty good. Work sucked, but
same.
I went to a Giants game.
Look at her,
which was really nice.
Having time to do stuff, having a work-life balance.
It was really funny though, because like at my work, I have a shifting schedule, so I do mornings and afternoons. And so I worked in the afternoon that day, and then I went to the game, and then I had to be at work early the next day. So like I guess my brain knew that, and I was getting really tired by like the last 3/4 of the game. And I don't know, for those of you who don't know baseball, when you're tied, you play until one wins. It's not like soccer or something where you like, oh, it's a tie, whatever.
Yeah, there's no ties.
There's no ties. We get to the 9th inning, top of the 9th, we're still tied. And so at the bottom of the 9th, I stand up because I'm like, my head is hurting because I'm so tired. And I really want you guys to win. So I'm going to cheer with my whole heart. And if we don't win, I am sorry. I have to be that fan and I have to go home.
Girl, I would have left.
I'm like,
9th inning? Nah, I'm going home.
Because I'm like, I gotta be up early. I want to be in bed before midnight. Okay. So we ended up winning this game, by the way, which the relief I felt in my body, like it low-key made my headache go away. It was such an exciting like inning that like I was so relieved when we won. But it was a great game. Highlight of my week. Amazing. How about you?
So I kind of left my house all this week.
Oh, good for you.
I mean, I technically left my house. So let me explain.
What, did you go out to your front porch?
No.
You opened your front door, take a step out, take a step back in.
No. I worked at my aunt's house all week. So I left my house and then I went to her. It was much better. Because like I worked in like her living room. And so there was a lot more space than in my room where my desk is, which feels so like trapped and enclosed. But yeah, I worked in her living room. There's a lot more space. There were people I can interact with every once in a while.
Right. You're not just locked in your room all day.
It kept me a little bit more sane than working
Good
at
for
home.
You.
So I'm going to try to work from home again this week because my mom is off all week. And let's see if maybe I just
see how that goes.
Maybe I just need other people around to interact with every once in a while.
I think so.
And if that's true,
that's important.
For the rest of the time I'm working from home, I'm just going to go to my aunt's house to work because those first 2 weeks were rough.
Yeah. You need to be outside and you need human interaction.
Yeah.
Like in-person human interaction.
But yeah, that's pretty much all I did because all I ever do is work.
Yay.
And then this weekend I just stayed home because next weekend I have to work all weekend. So I was like, I'm not doing anything. I was like, I'm going to sit in my bed all weekend. And that's all I did.
Right. Honestly, for those of you who have been in the workforce for a lot longer than we have, how do y'all do this?
How?
How?
How am I supposed to do this for 40 plus years?
Right. I'm literally having breakdowns and I'm like only 3 months into this job.
I'm not even a month into this job. No, or maybe I am a month into this job. I don't know. No, I'm not even a month into
No,
this job.
you're like 3 weeks.
I'm going insane.
Yeah.
I don't know how much longer I can do this.
Right. Right. Playing the lottery is looking a lot better.
Yeah. I'm not gonna look. If I play the lottery and I win, I'm not gonna be one of those people who are like, oh no, I'm gonna keep my job. No, I'm leaving.
No, absolutely. Yeah. What the heck?
I'm leaving.
Why would I need to work?
Yeah, I'm leaving. I'm getting a business manager to like make investments for me, and I'm never working again a day of my life.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing I'm working on is my tan and my food culture because I'm going everywhere. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going everywhere and I'm gonna have fun for the rest of my life.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, that's it for me.
No, yeah. But like you need to be doing something to fulfill your life. Yeah, I'm gonna travel the world.
I'm gonna travel the world. I'm gonna go to small little towns in the middle of nowhere and like buy stuff
Right.
there. Support local economies.
Right. I'm gonna be like Ariana Grande. I'm gonna adopt 8 dogs.
Yeah.
I'm going to pamper them to death. And I'm gonna be happy. Like
I don't look, and I don't even need like a giant house. I just need like a nice 4, maybe 5 bedroom house so I can have plenty of people over and maybe have my poor friends live with me. And then
right.
That way they don't have to worry about rent or anything. And then just like live my life doing whatever I want to do.
Right. Because like I would like to enjoy life instead of working and having a breakdown. Gosh, adulting sucks.
It does. It really does. I didn't sign up for this.
We really didn't.
If I didn't love my mother, I'd sue her.
I didn't ask for this.
I didn't ask to be born. I don't want this. Life is ghetto. I don't want this.
Working is even more ghetto.
Yeah, working is not for me. Can we go back to the barter system? Let's go back to the barter system.
Honestly,
money's not working for me. Let's go back to the barter system.
Yeah, this form of capitalism is not doing it.
When does this episode come out? Has the government collapsed by the time this episode comes out?
Oh God, please
no,
don't.
Not yet. Not yet. We got a couple more days.
Oh, good.
Look, I know it's gonna be terrible for like the entire world. Like I'm low-key hoping that the economy tanks so that we can restructure the entire country.
I mean, that's not a bad idea.
We need to start from scratch.
Because it really ain't working.
Capitalism is not working. We need to start over.
Please.
I can't do this for the rest of my life.
Don't make me.
Please.
Don't make me.
Okay. I've been trying to drag this out, but let's
just rip the Band-Aid off. Let's do it. Let's do it.
And let's talk about Gingerdead Man 2. Bakery. What is the title? Bakery of Blood. Yeah, let's get started.
I had a different title.
I did too when I looked it up, but then when I watched the movie, it said Bakery of Blood. I'll talk about it when we get to the movie facts.
Okay. Okay.
So the movie starts off with a recap of the first movie in like a children's storytelling format.
It's literally a Once Upon a Time spiel.
Yeah. And it's like rhyming, kind of.
It picks and chooses where it wants to rhyme.
Yeah.
Also, it took me 2 minutes into this recap to turn the playback speed to 1.05. Because I was like, I know maybe it's been a year, maybe it hasn't yet, but it's close to it. And I'm like, I remember what happened in this
I
movie. It's burned
remember
into my
I
brain.
remember vividly what happened in
Yeah.
this movie.
I have PTSD.
But we do learn some of the plot holes during this retelling.
Yeah, we do
So let me
actually.
tell you some of the plot holes from the first movie that we're told. We learned that the Gingerdead Man was definitely created by his mother, who was a witch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
which we didn't even know in the first
in the
movie.
first one at all. Um, and then we see again how insane it was that the baker put his bloody arm over the
Yes.
flour,
And they used it.
and they used it, and the flat, and you could distinctly see during this um retelling when she's like making the cookie, it's red.
Yes, it's tinted.
It's
It's
tinted.
tinted.
We also learned that Sarah is married at the end of the first movie, which
Yeah,
we
which
were not told.
no, it's literally they survived the night and then they shut the bakery down.
Yeah. Also, is it sad for me to say I'm glad I watched this beginning part because it explained the movie better than the actual movie?
No, like yeah, it was yeah. Because we finally got closure on some
We
stuff.
got closure on some stuff. Okay, so now the movie actually starts. And we go to a movie studio where they're filming a very low budget horror film with
Wait, you skipped it.
skipped what?
They did the really bad remix of Bad Reputation.
Oh, I was going to talk about that in the movie facts. Yes.
Oh,
They did a
well,
they did
they
a terrible like remake of that song. Yes.
yeah, like they used it as they showed like who's in the movie, and I'm just like, no way. I literally had to skip through because I was like, nah, you're not tainting the song for me.
Yeah. So back to the movie. The acting is terrible. It's
It's
like that
so bad.
exaggerated like porn movie acting. Like
It's
it's
yeah.
terrible. And they're doing a scene where a vampire and his minions sacrifice a woman, and then he begins to conjure things, including things such as shits for brain, which is a animatronic cowboy with shit on its head, and a haunted
Yeah.
dildo. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes,
Which
yes.
is his face, by the way.
Yes, his face is a dildo. And he wants these things to go spread evil around the world. And then when the shit for brains animatronic malfunctions, they cut the scene. The main vampire is upset because he has fake shit on him and he's overwhelmed with the quote unquote material. So he complains to Kelvin. I thought it was Kevin for the longest time.
I thought it was Calvin.
Yeah, Calvin. I thought it was Calvin. It's Kelvin.
Okay.
Like the unit of energy, Kelvin.
Yeah, Calvin.
Yeah. He's the new studio owner and he just smiles while everyone complains.
Yeah, not a good producer.
He tells them that this film, Tiny Terrors 9 Purgatory of the Petite, will be a huge hit and bring the studio back to its once glory. We cut to a woman named Polly who was supposed to be a bombshell, but honestly, she couldn't walk in her heels. Her hair looked like a terrible wig, and her
Yeah.
boobs were uneven.
Yeah. That wig looked like it was $5 from the Halloween store.
Yeah, she looked like she got it from Party City.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she's the crafty person, the person who works craft services.
Yeah.
And she brings the crew some treats from a bakery in Texas. Then, then she opens the box and I audibly gasped.
So
I
did I.
literally, it was terrifying. There were a bunch of random sweet baked goods at the bottom, most of them
Mm-hmm.
turned upside down, and then on top was a gigantic gingerbread man that looked like it was half cooked, but one of the men
Yeah.
picked it up and knocked it against the table, showing that it was hard as a rock.
Yeah.
I was so confused. I was like, it looks like it's dripping. And
Yeah,
he's
it
like, this
looks
is
like
stale.
it literally looked like it wasn't even baked yet.
Yeah, it looked bad. But then when he
Yeah.
knocked it against the table, I laughed so hard.
Yo, it was rock hard.
He was like, this is stale. I was like, that's not stale, sir. That's
Yeah.
concrete.
Yeah, at that point.
And so we go back on set, and one of the minion characters is complaining about how tired she is and how the director told her she was going to be a star right before yelling that she gave him a blowjob right before the other male minion says that he did as well. What is going on this set?
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot going on. That's
lot,
all I gotta say.
lot going on. The director then goes to Kelvin and says he doesn't get paid enough for all the work he does before the makeup person attacks Kelvin because he and most others aren't even being paid.
Yeah. It's
This is,
literally that scene from that one movie where it's like, you guys are getting paid?
yeah, this is a movie set. How
Mm-hmm.
are you not paying people? Aren't they in unions?
I don't know, man.
Whatever. And then during all of this, during the fight between Kelvin and the makeup person, a PA gets her nose broken and everyone on set begins to fight. Well, Kevin uses this time to run away.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that fighting even started. It came out of nowhere.
I think someone, I can't really explain it, but I'll try. So the makeup artist accidentally hit the PA in the face. And then one
Yeah.
of the crew guys got upset because he hit a girl. And then everyone just started fighting for some reason. That's the best way I could explain it to you because that's
Oh,
what happened.
okay. All right.
And so the Gingerdead Man wakes up and decides that with all the chaos, he's in the perfect place. We go outside, and someone named Tommy is visiting the studio, a part of a Make a Wish type program. And he's
Mm-hmm.
very excited to be there with his escort, Heather. Tommy is a quote unquote little boy. It's a grown man.
It's a grown man.
It's a grown man.
Yeah. He wouldn't even be able to pass as a teenager. Like, no.
No. I looked at him and I was like, bless
Oh,
you.
excuse me. I couldn't mute. Sorry.
So when we first see Tommy, they don't say he's a child. So I was
No.
like, oh, this is a part of like some adult version of a Make a Wish program.
Right, right.
No, he's supposed to be a
No.
child.
Yeah, no. That it does not make any sense.
No sense at all. And so we see the PA run out with her bloody nose, and Kelvin talks her into going back to work despite her obviously broken nose.
Yeah, and there's blood everywhere, by the way.
Everywhere. And her nose is crooked.
Everywhere.
And
Yeah.
then Kelvin goes and meets Tommy and Heather. Back inside, Polly is serving chili to one of the actors while the Gingerdead Man decides it's time to move before someone tries to eat him. And Polly, for some reason, randomly just has her leg on the table while she's talking to this actor.
It's so like in the last scene that you see her in, she's just standing normally, and then they like zoom into her face, but then when they zoom out, her legs just like up,
Her
and I'm
leg
like,
is just up.
what?
Yeah, and so outside, Kelvin is giving Tommy and Heather a tour of the studio when his operation manager Marty tells him that they don't have enough funding for all the movies they have in production. But Kelvin says to finish them anyway. He's just like, just continue.
Right? Yeah, he's like, just do it anyway. I don't care.
It's like, how?
I'm like,
How are we supposed to
yeah,
do
how
that,
are you
sir?
gonna do that?
And so he's also told that there's an online reviewer that is making his life's mission to shut down the studio, and it seems to be working. But Kelvin doesn't really care
I mean,
about that
it
either.
should have been shut down. It should have been shut down in
For
the first
safety
place. What?
violations, the fact that no one's getting
Yeah,
paid. Oh,
right.
the studio needs to be shut down.
Yes, do it, please.
And so we continue the tour. And although Kevin is trying to pass the studio off, Kelvin is trying to pass the studio off as great. There are constantly people complaining, including a little person that had to use his sock to wipe because they ran out of toilet paper.
I, yeah, I had no words at that point. None.
The amount of times my jaw just hit the floor during this movie, it's insane.
I.
And so they get to the trailer of the star of Tiny Terror 9, Sir Ian, and he yells at Kelvin about how terribly the studio is being run. So the first like half of this movie is just people complaining to Kelvin about how
Yeah,
terrible this studio
yeah.
is.
I feel like this movie is 80% everybody complaining about this movie production, and then the other 20% is actually the Gingerdead Man.
Yeah.
He's barely in this movie.
So back inside, the Gingerdead Man is running around looking for a way to transfer his soul because his cookie body is becoming stale. And he lucks out when he overhears people talking about putting satanic ritual books in the prop room. Like he just happens to hear this.
Yeah.
And so we then go on to another set where we see a woman being spanked in space to have a creature released from her body. Yes, you heard that
Yes.
correctly.
Yeah, and I just want to know what was being filmed. I,
It it seemed like porn. It
it seemed
really
like
did.
it, but at the same time, I feel like it wasn't.
It wasn't, but it seemed like it.
Yeah.
Um, then they cut the scene, and one of the actors asked the director how he was, and the director was not even paying attention.
No,
And
he's
so
reading the newspaper.
he asked the cameraman, "Was it in focus?" And when he says yes, no, he didn't even say yes. He said, "I think it was."
Yeah.
And then he tells the actor, "You did fantastic." I'm pretty sure that actor didn't even have any lines. He was just
No,
spanking the
I thought he
woman.
was I thought he was the main guy.
Was he the main guy?
I thought he was.
They all it was literally like three buff white guys. They all look the same to
They all
me.
look the same. Yeah. That's fair.
Um, and so inside the prop room, the Gingerdead Man finds a spell that requires the blood of 5 victims and a virgin and decides it's doable before we go back to the space set where Kelvin is continuing the tour when Marty tells him that their money troubles are settled, at least for today, because a company wants to use one of their offices to shoot a porno in. Let me just say this. Do you know the amount of money that is saving the studio for another day? It was $3,000.
$3,000.
I have $3,000.
So do I.
So what is that money doing
Yeah.
to save a
Yeah.
studio?
Right. And he has how many projects going on, and it's 3,000 to save at least the day?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
This studio is run on hot glue, tape, and a prayer.
Really though.
Mm.
Really though.
Meanwhile, the Gingerdead Man has killed his first victim off screen for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know why it was off screen.
Made no sense. I at first I didn't even realize it was a victim. I thought it was a prop.
Same.
I had to go back
Same.
later and like write this note because I was like, Oh, wait, he killed
Yeah.
someone?
Yeah, it wasn't obvious
It
that he had
wasn't.
killed somebody.
And then he makes his way towards his second victim, the hair and makeup guy from the beginning of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Back on the tour, Tommy is ecstatic when he sees Polly because she used to be a scream queen in the 80s. Polly tells everyone that her career ended when she got a botched boob job, and that really solidified my thinking that her boobs were uneven. I thought I was like,
Yeah.
at first I was like, maybe she just needs to like push one of them up or something. No,
Yeah,
they
no.
were. And when she said that she had a botched boob job, I could see that one of them was severely bigger than the other.
Yeah, it was literally like this.
No one can see
Literally.
that, Kelly.
No one can see that, but it's like mountain and like a little hill.
Yeah.
Literally. Literally.
But Tommy stares happily at her boobs anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the makeup artist is in a dressing room fixing his hair. Oh Lord, I forgot this happened. When the Gingerdead Man attacks with a curling iron up his ass. And he seems to like it at first.
Yes.
But then he gets electrocuted to death.
Yeah. I
It
had to
was
watch that.
We had to watch that.
We had
Yes,
to
we
watch
did.
that.
Uh,
And that's the first thing.
yeah.
There's other things that happen.
there's other things that happen, yes. Back on set, Kelvin shows them the Tiny Terrors set and has a monologue about how he wants to continue what his father started and make movies that he loves. And then he randomly makes out with Heather.
Yeah, they've known each other for an hour.
Yeah,
Maybe.
maybe. And then they just start
It's
making out.
strange. It's strange.
After this happens, Polly follows the male vampire minion into the bathroom to seduce him, but he doesn't want her until she says that she will introduce him to every casting director in town. And then he happily makes out with her. That's predatory behavior, people.
Yeah, it wasn't even questionable. It's just wrong.
Yeah, it's very wrong. Because like he
It's
was like,
wrong.
no, leave me alone. And then she finally was just like,
Right.
if you do it, I'll introduce you to every casting director in town.
And only then he's like, oh lit, okay.
Okay. On the Tiny Terrace set, Kelvin and Heather are still making out while Tommy is sitting next to them asleep.
Yeah, I don't know how long this has been going on, but Tommy's just sitting there in his wheelchair.
When they finally stop, when
Oh.
Marty comes in and tells Kelvin that Sir Ian won't come out of his trailer. So he takes Tommy and Heather on their way to go see the puppets in the prop room. Okay, Lord be with me.
Yeah.
Back in the
Yeah.
bathroom, Polly is having sex with the actor, and the Gingerdead Man is hiding and pretending that he's having sex with Polly, just getting off in the corner. After he's finished, if you know what I mean, he then sneaks up behind behind her and stabs her in the back multiple times before stabbing her hard enough to stab both of them. And while he's stabbing her, she's like moaning, like
Yeah.
in a sexual way. It's
Yeah. Not because she's being stabbed to death.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
we had to,
Uh-huh.
we had to watch. It was at that point of the movie that I warned Kelly. I was like, do
Yeah.
not watch this movie with your family.
No. Yeah. And I don't normally anyway with any of these movies just because I have to pause it multiple times sometimes when I do notes.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely not this one.
Oh, when I was watching this movie, I tried
Definitely
to
not this
pause it
one.
as little as possible. I was
Yeah.
I was typing like a maniac. I was like, I'm not trying to pause.
I will say that at this point I had the playback speed at 1.25. because two times speed was just a little too fast that I couldn't understand what they were saying. And I'm like, I think it's important for me to at least know what they're saying.
Is it?
It's not, but.
And so Kelvin goes to see Sir Ian's trailer and tries to sweet talk him into going back to work, but he indirectly calls him old. So Sir Ian throws something out the window at him.
Yeah, he's all like, I'm a fan of you. My dad was a fan of you. And then he's all like, oh, you're calling me old. Then just chucks something out the window.
Inside the prop room, the Gingerdead Man is going after his fifth victim when he falls for one of the puppets and starts humping it. But then when it doesn't speak to him, he gets upset and stabs it. And it's attached to the puppet master's hand.
Yeah.
And so the Gingerdead Man then brings out a chainsaw out of nowhere.
Nowhere.
And cuts off this man's hand.
It was at this point in the movie where I remembered that this gingerbread is like 2 feet tall.
Yeah.
And he has gingerbread hands, which means it's just the little like U shape.
Yeah.
How is he able to hold any of this?
Girl, who knows? Yeah, and so Kelvin, Tommy, and Heather walk in and see the Gingerdead Man, and he runs off. And so Heather tourniquets this man's hand, and Kelvin tells everyone at the studio to go home, and they're ecstatic. They're like, yes!
Bro, the people left so fast.
Yeah, they were like, we don't want to be here.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we can leave?
We can leave? Let's leave before he changes his mind.
Really, though?
So when they turn around to check on Tommy, he is gone and only his wheelchair remains. So everyone on the lot is running home while Kevin and Heather look for Tommy. They go into the space set and they hear Tommy screaming for help. And Kelvin wants to leave because Tommy is dying anyway. But Heather keeps...
Yes.
He's like, how much longer does he have anyway?
Oh my gosh, it was so bad.
But Heather keeps looking for Tommy, so he decides to stay with her. One of the crewmen runs out with an eye missing and tells him that a cookie attacked him when he went out to his car. And so they all start running when the robot on set turns on. Because it's being run by the Gingerdead Man.
By the Gingerdead Man.
It zaps the crew member, turning him into ash.
Yeah, he totally evaporates somebody.
Yeah, with this prop robot. The robot then goes after Kelvin and Heather before Demon Warrior 13, the blogger who's trying to shut down the studio, cuts the cord powering the robot. Who is Demon Warrior 13? You may ask. It is Tommy. Who is now for some reason wearing eye makeup and a nose ring.
Yes.
And he states that since his scripts were never made by the studio, he wants to blow the studio up. Don't you just love white male privilege?
Love it.
Amazing.
It gets you everywhere.
We also learned that he's 27 years old.
Yeah.
And no one saw this for some reason because everyone has to be blind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even 27 is kind of questionable.
Yeah. Like, are you sure you're not 32?
Right.
And so Kelvin then tells Tommy that everything he's saying is right and that he doesn't know what he's doing. And he offers him a 3-picture deal to distract him. Well, Heather goes behind him to knock him out, but fails because she hits him with a movie prop, which aren't supposed to hurt people.
No, they're literally made to break.
But for some reason, Kelvin is able to disable the bomb, though. He just knows how to do that.
He literally just grabs at the wires and pulls them out.
Yeah. He grabs all
of them.
And that works somehow.
Yeah.
And didn't immediately blow them up.
Right.
Tommy then ties them up somehow. Don't know how that happened. And he's going to
Yeah.
kill them. He's going to kill them both. But Heather's
Mhm.
like, don't kill me. Just kill Kelvin.
Also, like the reasons that she gives him, apparently Tommy has been part of this program for years, it
For
seems.
years. He's been pretending to have a terminal illness for years and has been going on trips with children.
Right. And didn't she say at the beginning this is like last wish only kind of
Yeah.
deal? How was he able to go on
But
all
she
of
was
this
like,
stuff?
remember when we did this and this and this? And I'm like, I thought this was a last hope,
Right.
last wish thing.
Right. Um,
Yeah,
hmm.
okay. Um Tommy then begins to read from one of the spell books. Just happens to be the spell book that the Gingerdead Man needs.
Mm-hmm.
And so he kills Tommy, who is his sixth kill and just happens to be a virgin.
And
And
I love how the line specifically says unsuspecting.
yeah,
Like you had to surprise them.
who who suspects that they're going to get murdered?
Right.
Yeah. Oh, this was my favorite part of the entire movie. Tommy says Rosebud when he dies.
Yeah. I don't.
I just sighed. I literally just went,
Yeah.
ah.
Yeah. Yeah. We've literally, at that point, it was 5 years off my life instead of the three from earlier.
Oh goodness. The Gingerdead Man then goes to kill Kelvin. Was he gonna kill Heather too? I was confused.
I don't know. It literally seemed like he was just intent on killing Calvin or Kelvin.
Okay.
Kelvin.
Because he was like, I'm not sure if that one guy I killed counts as five, so I'm gonna kill you just in case. It was like, oh, okay.
Right, right. He's all like, might as well. Add
Yeah.
another body.
But before he's able to kill or even get to Kelvin, Tommy's blood spills onto the pentagram that is on the set, and the puppets come to life and attack the Gingerdead Man and hang him on a cross like Jesus and then burn him. Why?
No.
Who knows?
Mm-mm.
Sir Ian then comes in and shoots all the puppets to death. And like they have like
Which,
blood and stuff. It's weird.
yeah, it's weird. And it works, by the way.
It works. They all die. Uh favorite part of the movie. Favorite part of the movie. Kelvin then magically unties his hands and begins making out with Heather
Yeah.
while
Uh,
an upset Sir Ian yells at Kelvin because he thought that they were shooting a scene.
shooting a scene. Yeah.
Even though there were no cameras, it was completely
Nope.
dark.
There's nobody but them, like three or four on the
Yeah,
set.
Kelvin's not in this movie. So
Nope. No.
just a mess, just a mess, just a
It's,
mess.
yeah, it's a dumpster fire.
I love how they're in a terrible movie that's making fun of terrible
A
movies.
terrible movies.
We
Yeah.
then cut to an award ceremony. Actually, not even. We cut to the outside of the
Not
Chinese
even
theater in LA.
theater.
Well, in the background, we hear vocals that are like, we were at a award ceremony.
Yeah, that's the
And,
only
and
inclination.
Tiny Terrors 9 wins for Best Horror Hand Puppet Motion Picture.
Uh-uh.
Yeah. And Kelvin marries Heather.
Yeah.
Mm,
Mm.
mm. And then we cut to a homeless man who is looking for food in the dumpster, and he comes across the burnt ginger dead man and eats him, becoming possessed.
And the cycle starts again.
And then it's the third movie, which unfortunately we can't do any more of these movies.
No,
I
no.
I lost so many brain cells watching this. I can't do any more of these movies. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
Yeah. That's a torture device.
Yeah, the
It
fact that there's like 5 of these, how?
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but let's get to the movie facts. There are not really any movie facts about this movie, but let me start with the first one.
Okay.
The alternative title for this movie is Gingerdead Man 2: Passion of the Crust.
That's the title that was on mine.
Where did you watch this?
YouTube.
It's on YouTube?
I found it on YouTube
Oh, I watched
because
it on.
I looked it up everywhere that I usually watch and I couldn't find it anywhere, no matter like what title I used. So I'm like, oh, maybe it's on YouTube or something. And I found it on YouTube and I was like, oh,
Bro,
okay.
how you find the movies and where they are is you go on Google, you type in the movie title, and then it will literally show you what service it's on. That's how I
Yeah, I know,
found
but
out it was on Tubi for free.
well, technically I watched it for free too. So
But yeah, the version I watched was called Bakery of Evil or something like that. What is it called? Bakery of Blood.
I love how it's called Bakery of Blood, but there's no
No
bakery inside.
bakery.
Like that should have been the first of movie's title.
Let's go to the second one. A majority of the Oh, I love this one. This is my favorite one.
Oh no.
A majority of the background music in the film is the exact same music used in the 1998 film Casper Meets Wendy, which, by the way, I love that movie.
No way! No! Don't ruin Casper for me.
If you have not seen Casper Meets Wendy, please watch Casper Meets Wendy. I love that movie. It's so cute.
It's very
The
cute.
little cute little what is her real name? I wanted to call her Lizzie McGuire. Hillary Duff. Cute little Hillary Duff.
Yeah, it's so freaking cute.
Oh, please watch that movie. I love that movie. I'm gonna watch that movie
It's
today.
so it's so nice. Yeah, we need something nice to watch.
Oh, that's why I watched I immediately after this movie watched Friday the 13th.
We
Immediately.
needed something to cleanse the palate.
Uh Third movie fact. The song featured over the credits, Run Run Run, is a spoof of the Joan Jett song Bad Reputation. We talked about that
Yeah.
earlier.
Mm-hmm.
As well as a reference to the Gingerbread Man fairy tale, in which the title character taunts, "Run, run, run as fast as you can't catch me, I'm the Gingerdead
Mm, yes.
Man." Last movie fact. After Sir Ian throws a cup of coffee in Kelvin's face, Kelvin's shirt is dripping wet with coffee, and then immediately following the scene, he is wearing the same shirt, but it's dry and clean, as if the coffee was never
Nothing
ruined.
happened.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Continuity. But yeah, that's it
It
for the
doesn't
movie
exist.
facts. That's it for the movie facts.
Thank you.
That's all I could find. Um,
There's like 3 or 4. I'm surprised there's that many.
so Kelley.
No.
Is this movie iconic?
Absolutely not.
What?
No.
What do you mean?
It's not even bad iconic.
It's not even
It's
bad
not
iconic.
even bad iconic.
This
It's
it's so awful.
yeah,
Please do not ever watch this movie.
Yeah, don't even watch it as a joke.
No.
Not even as a joke.
I
Like you can
went.
watch the first one as a joke.
Yeah, you can
because
watch
that
the
one's
first one as a
tiny.
joke.
Because it's so ridiculous. That one I think we said was bad iconic because
Yeah.
it was funny and ridiculous. No,
This movie is
that's not
just
the case for
terrible.
this one. It's just bad. It's the worst.
Like we went into this movie knowing it would be bad, and we still think it's terrible.
Yeah, I was not prepared for this level of terrible.
Yeah, it's somehow worse than the first one.
Yes.
Don't know how that happened.
Yes.
But I'm
Like
still
sometimes that is
confused.
the curse. that sometimes that's the curse of sequels, but like this one to the max.
To the max. I'm still confused how no one knew Tommy was a grown man.
Right. What the heck? I
Like, did they not look at him?
Right. I don't understand. And how did he even get in the program?
Right? Don't you have to like prove you have a terminal
Right.
illness?
Right. Oh my gosh. All of this for and years of prep, but going off of Heather's speech before like he wanted to kill them. He's been
Yeah.
plotting this for years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. All I can say is this movie is not it.
It really
Not
isn't.
in the slight. I have even the parts that made me laugh were bad. So
Yeah. And it wasn't like a hearty laugh. It was like
yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then like I've got more I've got the rest of this movie to look forward to. Great.
This movie was like only an hour long and still it
It
was too long.
Yeah, even watching it in 1.25 speed, I was still like checking how much time I had left. I'm like, you're kidding.
Yeah. Let's talk about some happy things. Do you have any recommendations
Yes.
for this week?
Yes, I do. It's a throwback. I've got another throwback for you guys. It's About You Now by Miranda Cosgrove. It came back up on my Spotify somehow, and I was so like, bro, I used to love this song when it came out, and let me tell you, it's still a pop. It's still good. It still lives up to this day, and I'm so
girls who
glad it
girls
does.
who couldn't sing used to make good music. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened. Maybe
right.
because they started steering away from pop rock. Maybe that's why.
That's where the world went wrong.
But the girls who can't sing aren't hitting like they used to.
Yeah, they really aren't. And my second recommendation is a Twitch streamer called Small Ant.
Okay.
um, I found him, what was it, 2 years ago? A year ago? I don't know. But when I started
What is
playing,
time anymore?
what is time? When I was playing Super Mario Odyssey, and I don't know why, like a video popped up on my YouTube about like speed running the whole game, and I'm like, what the heck? And then I saw him speed running it, and like started watching him on YouTube, and then I'm watching him on Twitch now, even at work, because that's the only shining light during my workday.
Oh, girl, once I started watching TV while I work, it really lifted
Yeah,
my mood.
really does though, like because the way my desk is positioned, I'm at my job, I don't really have any privacy. Like, so I can't even like hide my phone and like I can see it. I literally just have to listen to it like it's a podcast. But even still, I'm just all like, my day gets so much better when it hits 1 o'clock and he starts streaming because I'm like, oh, good. There's something that I can listen to other than clients talking. So, yeah, those are my two recommendations.
Okay. Let's see. As for me, my first one, I recommend going to a theme park scare event because we're supposed to be going to one, I believe the 25th. Can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. Not the 25th, the 20,
24.
23rd or 24th, one of those.
Yeah.
Can't wait. It's going to be so much fun.
Yay.
But everyone's all sad about it. They're going to have fun.
Okay, I'm going to give y'all a preface here. I don't do scary movies to the point where I don't even do scary movie trailers. Like, I will get nightmares even from a scary movie trailer. That's how I am. And he's all like, "Why don't we go to like scare night at one of the theme parks nearby. I'm like, absolutely not. And now another one of our friends, unconnected, by the way, they have not spoken.
Completely unconnected. That
one of
that
our
means
other
it has to
friends
happen.
texted our friend the day we hung out, and he's all like, we should go to a scare night at a theme park. And I'm like, oh no. So I guess we're going.
We're going, and we're going to have so much fun.
Jordan's going to have a lot of fun making fun of the rest of us.
No, you're really going to have so much fun. When I dragged Brandy to her first one, we had so much fun. It was amazing. And now
do scary things.
And now Brandy and I are going to go again this year.
Oh, great. Well,
I think next week. Next weekend. Yeah, the 16th we're going. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. Yeah, so what is it?
You'll hear about that
on the 27th when that episode drops. You'll hear about it.
You'll definitely hear about it.
Or actually, it might be later than that.
Yeah, or the week after.
The week after that. But you'll hear about it. We'll have some funny stories. Yeah. If we go to a certain theme park, I'll make someone else drive, and then I'll get drunk. It'll be fun. But we'll see. We haven't made all the plans yet. Yes. Second recommendation: if you want a good campy, like this is supposed to be like a campy horror movie, but executed poorly. If you want a good one, watch The Bride of Chucky. Whoa. Let's do that again. If you want a good one, watch The Bride of Chucky. That is a good campy horror movie.
Is it?
Yes. Funny, ridiculous. Love it. Please watch that one. It's on TV like all the time during October, so like you don't even have to pay for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it for me. Thank you so much for listening. This was a wild ride.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for staying through Gingerdead Man 1. And if you don't make it past Gingerdead Man 2, we understand.
We understand. we
100% understand.
Completely ridiculous.
Yeah. So
come back next week.
Come back next week where I will be doing a better movie.
Hopefully.
A much happier one.
Don't forget to follow us on our social media. We have a Twitter and an Instagram. They're both at SY2II Podcast. Don't forget to send us your movie requests. Spooky season is almost over, so like you better chop. Send us those movie requests. Or you can get a head start on Christmas movies.
I'll take that.
Since we have to start like 2 weeks earlier than Christmas season starts, which
let's go.
I was fine with last year because we were all stuck in the house forever. But this year, I'm not okay with. I'm not.
I've already started buying Christmas gifts.
I am a strict Christmas does not start until Thanksgiving dinner has been eaten type of person, like strictly. But to each their own. Or if you have like a movie story, were you one of the people in this movie? Please tell us how detrimental.
Did you get financial compensation?
Yeah, please tell us how detrimental this movie was to your career.
Yes. Right. And which therapist are you currently seeing? Because I might have to see the same.
Yeah. Is there a reason why the actor who played Kelvin was smiling so much? Please let us know at sy2iipodcast@gmail.com. Also, don't forget to share us with your friends and your family. Subscribe to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And you can rate and review us on Apple Podcasts to help us get seen.
Yes, please.
Also, wear your mask. Thank you.
Thank you.
Especially when you're around a lot of people, please. Please. Thank you. And wash your hands.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's just a overall thing. Like not even.
Yeah, that's
Not even us in the middle of this pandemic, this panorama, this what was the I heard a really
Honda
funny
replay.
Honda replay. I heard a really funny one this week. What was it? Pandemi Lovato. That's what it was.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
In the middle of this Pandemi Lovato.
I love that.
Yeah. Get vaccinated and stay iconic.
Stay iconic, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.